Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about exponential growth and decay. We are working on IXL Algebra 1, X.5. We will deal with word problems. So the first question is about a town's population currently at 1,000. If the population doubles every 5 years, what will the population be 10 years from now? So if we figure out how many times it'll double, solving the question is going to be much easier. So if it doubles every 5 years, and if the time frame we have is 10 years, how many times is this going to double? So the way to find that, just division, 10 divided by 5. So it will double 2 times. So currently we are at 1,000, right? So the current number is 1,000. It'll double once and then just another time, one more time. So once we get that, it is 4,000. So the answer to this question would be 4,000 people in 10 years, because it will be doubled twice by then. So let's move on to the next question. The city's population is currently 1 million. If the population doubles every 40 years, so we know that it'll double every 40 years, in 120 years, it'll be doubled 3 times. So the current number is 1 million. We get 6 zeros. I don't have 6 zeros in there. There's that. So it'll double 3 times. The reason being is 120 divided by 40 equals 3. And then the answer to this is going to be 8 million. This right here is, you can either just multiply that or just write it as 2 cubed and then times 1 million. 2 cubed is 8 by 1 million is 8 million. I hope I didn't mess up with the zeros. Okay, I didn't. Now let's just change the type of the question a little bit. We are going to start dealing with interest. Some of these questions on IXL is going to be about the amount that the amount of interest that a person is going to get. That's going to be one kind, and then the other kind about the interest questions is going to be the total amount in the bank account after a certain amount of time. So please pay attention to that detail, because interest is just going to be a little portion, just an amount of that whole money, and then in the other kind, you're going to find the total balance after like 3 years or so. So that's going to give you 2 different answers. Read the question well, make sure you understand what you're supposed to find, and then based on that, you can give the answer. So a fund manager has 8,800,000 in an investment fund, and he expects annual returns of 5%. So the first thing is writing that 5% as a decimal. We need that. So 5% is 0.05 as a decimal. If he consistently achieves his target returns, then how much money will be in the fund in 3 years? So the 3 years is the time frame, right? So that's the T for the time. And then this is the initial amount, is called the principal. So the principal amount is that we have the interest rate and then we have the time frame. So what we do to find the total amount, what's the question? How much money will be in the fund in 3 years? This is not about finding the interest that he's going to earn. So it's about the total amount in the account. So that would be the total. Let's just use a letter like T, total. Principal amount plus, let me see, 1 plus the interest rate. What letter do we use? Rate. Okay. To the power of the time. Why did I put that plus? That's not a plus. That should be times in here. Let me just remove that. Okay. Fix it. P times, yeah, that's the formula. Principal amount times 1 plus rate to the power of the time. So the principal amount is 8800, and then we have 3 more times, in the parentheses I need 1 plus, that's the rate. The interest rate is 0.05. Add this to 1. So you can use a calculator. You're going to get 1.05 when you do that. And then the time is going to be the exponent. That's the first line is the formula, and then we do substitution with the numbers we have. The time is 3 years. That's going to give me the answer. So the calculator I use is Desmos. Let me just get out of the full screen. Okay, now let's plug in the numbers. Times the rate was 0.05. So that's going to be the amount in the account after 3 years. So let's copy that and paste it in here. It says, if necessary, round your answer to the nearest cent. We don't need to. We already have a whole number, so we are good to go. Okay, so in this question, it's similar to the first couple questions that we dealt with. So a town's population is currently 3,500. If the population doubles every 43 years, what will be the population? What will the population be 172 years from now? So we need to figure out how many 43 goes into 172. So divide those two numbers to see how many times it'll double. So this one would be 4. So it'll double 4 times. So start with your initial number, and then either write times 2 4 times, or just do this. That means times 2 4 times anyways. So and use the calculator. It'll tell you what the answer is going to be. So 3,500 times 2 to the power of, it'll double 4 times. Not 3, it'll double 4 times. 56,000 people would be the answer. Let's submit it, and let's give a level. Oh, let's do this one because I think this is okay. This is kind of the opposite of the other question that we just finished. So you have 416 grams of a reactive kind of lanthanum. How much will be left after 80 hours if its half time is 40 hours? So this time it is going to be halved every, let me see, 40 hours. So after 40 hours, we are going to have half of the original amount. And then after 80 hours, that amount is going to be held as well. So again, figure out how many times this process is going to repeat. So in 80 hours, we have 2 40s. You can divide those two numbers and then find that answer. And then half means 1 over 2, right? That's what half means. It is going to repeat itself twice. So the power is going to be 2. The initial amount was 416. Use a calculator for this, or you don't need a calculator. I wouldn't do it this way. This is just kind of like the technical way. So what I would do, if it is going to halve twice, so my original amount is 416, right? Let's just find its half. It is 208. This is 4 ones. And then this process is going to repeat itself one more time. It is going to be halved again for the second time. So the amount is going to be 104 without a calculator. So if you want to use a calculator, you can just type this in and then get the answer. If not, you can just divide the original number twice because you know that it is going to be halved just twice. Okay, let's go here. For some reason it doesn't work. Let me see if I can type anything in there. Oh, I see what the problem is. Do this right here. The answer is going to be 104. Let's get rid of everything and then... Why is it doing this? Interesting. Okay, 104. Whatever. Huh. Okay, this one is going to be 104 degrees. Let's skip one level and see the next type of a question. I'll pause the video and try to figure this problem out first. Okay, now it works. I didn't even do anything. Okay, so now let's read this one. It's pretty similar, so let's do this one as well. The half-life of a radioactive kind of curium is 163 days. If you start with 7,168 grams of it, how much will be left after 326 days? So figure out how many 163 goes into this. The answer is going to be, let me see. Okay. 2. Yeah. I don't know why it took forever. So 326 divided by 163 equals to 2. It's going to be divided by 2 twice. So start with your original amount. My original amount is this right here. Divide that by 2. You can again use a calculator and just do this. Start with the original amount. It is going to get halved twice. So that's going to give you the answer. So divide that by 3, 5, 3, 4, and then divide that number by 2. I'm not sure if I did that right. I'll just use a calculator and see if it was right. 7168 times 1 over 2 to the power of 2. Okay, I did not do it right. Okay, use a calculator. Let me see. I'll double check. Yep, 1792. I made a mistake somewhere in there. Okay. So this one here is pretty similar. Figure out how many 73 goes into 292, and then you'll be able to figure it out. Same, it'll double twice. I'll do this one and then hope that the next question is about an interest question, because I like those questions better, because those are more confusing than these ones, and for some reason I cannot get to those questions. I just did 1 or 2 I get in this video. So if a city with a population of 51,865 doubles in size every 56 years, figure out how many 56 goes into 168. So it'll double 3 times. So doubling 3 times is this, 2 to the power of 3. The initial number was this. Use a calculator, see what the answer is. So 51,856 865 times 2 cubed equals to 8, so I'll just put 8 in here and then copy that number, paste it over here. Okay, this is going to be the last one. I got another interest question. Might the $7 savings account earn? So this right here is the principal amount. This is 0.07. That's the rate. Compounded annually to the nearest cent, how much interest will he earn in 3 years? That's the time, T, lowercase. So the formula is the total amount would be P, principal amount, times 1 plus R to the power of the time. So let's plug everything in. Principal is 1000, or I'll just get on Desmos and then plug in everything over there, because I can keep these formulas and everything over here. So the principal amount was this, times 1 plus, it was 0.07 to the power of, I think it was 3 years. Let me double check. Yeah. So this would be the amount. It says to the nearest cent. That means you need 2 more digits after the decimal point. So that's the part that I'm copying. The next number is 2. So that means I do not need to round my number up. Okay, I'm not rounding it up because this next, the third digit after the point is 2. It's not 5 or higher. So I don't need to round anything. That would be the answer. Oh, I'm glad that I just realized that the question was not about the total amount that he has in the account. It is about how much interest will he earn. So this is the total. So what are we going to do? We are going to get that total. Wait, let me see. Yeah, we are going to get this total and then subtract the initial amount that he had in the account to find the interest. The difference is going to give us the interest. He had some money originally. He will get interest. They will add up to the final amount. So that's the final. This is the initial. The difference is going to give me the interest rate. So I will copy this and put it over here and submit it. So that's the difference. If your question is about the interest rate, interest amount that they are going to earn, you're going to find the total amount, subtract the principal, subtract the initial amount. That's going to give you the interest. Half of the questions are going to be about the interest rate. The other half is going to be about the total. Total is easier because you just implement the formula. Remember, read the question well. See if you're asked to find the total or the interest rate. That's going to be the thing that you got to pay attention on this assignment. The others are pretty simple. So thanks for watching. We worked on IXL Algebra 1, X.5 Exponential growth and decay, dealt with word problems. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment below if the video helped you out with your assignments. Once again, I will see you in another video.